Of the Italian FA, and tonight in Rome's Olympic Stadium, a glittering array of stars have come together under the banner of the FIFA World Stars 11 to take on the famed Azzurri, the Italian national side. The likes of Angelo Peruzzi in goal, Christian Panucci, Paolo Maldini, Diego Fuser, Filippo Inzaghi, Francesco Totti all play tonight in that Italian side. As you said, Trevor, places up for grabs, but I think we're really pleasantly surprised with the strong lineup that Dino's offers named. He's got his full squad out.
Well, he has, and it is a 100-year celebration, a centenary for
his football in Italy with Cagliari, Aaron Vinter, Dunga, Fernando Hierro of Spain, George Weah, there's that man Ronaldo, Zinedine Zidane, World Cup winner, 2 goals in the World Cup final on July the 12th, Gabriel Batistuta there wearing number 11, Zé Maria of Brazil, Rui Costa of Portugal, and that's not to mention players on the bench such as Oliver Bierhoff, Hidetoshi Nakata of Perugia in Japan, one of the World Games rising stars, Marcelo Salas, João Pinto, the World Cup Golden Boot winner Davor Suker. I just wonder what this lot would be worth.
Absolutely incredible, isn't it? It just shows you the seriousness that these individual players have taken this game. They well respect the Italian FA. A lot of those players, of course, are playing in Italian football, and it's good to see them all turn out. And I'm particularly looking forward to, obviously, to seeing Ronaldo playing alongside Batistuta. We saw that before the World Cup in France in '98 in the opening game, and that was a joy to watch those two players linked up so very well indeed. And let's hope for the same tonight.
And George Weah playing just behind them as well. That really is some strike force that the World Stars 11's coaches have got at their disposal this evening. The coaches, incidentally, Carlos Alberto Pereira, a World Cup winner as a coach in 1994.
The crowd isn't exactly what we might have expected, but there's still going to be 40,000 people here this evening. A lot of children as well, encouraging a lot of youngsters to come along and see such fine talent as we're going to see tonight.
Yes, the Italian FA have very generously allowed plenty of underprivileged. Maria and Rui Costa, those are the players that start the game. As for Italy, well, Angelo Peruzzi in goal. At number 2, Christian Panucci. 4 is Dino Baggio. 5, Fabio Cannavaro. 6, the skipper, Paolo Maldini. 7, Diego Fuser. 8, Demetrio Albertini. 9, Juventus striker Filippo Inzaghi. 10 is Francesco Totti, the informed striker from AS Roma. 11, his Roma colleague Eusebio Di Francesco. And 13, a player who plays his football in the Olympic Stadium here, but with Lazio, that's Alessandro Nesta. On the bench, some more familiar Italian names: Gianluigi Buffon, the reserve goalkeeper. Denmark, they then entertain Belarus on the 31st of March, just 4 days later. And then they have to wait until June of '99 for a home fixture against Wales. The dignitaries trot their way down the line, shaking hands with that amazing lineup of talent that is the FIFA World Stars 11. And an Italian in there, Gianluca Pagliuca. He must feel a little out of place, and if anybody else feels out of place, it must be the number 3, Trevor, the South African fullback David Niathi. No disrespect to him, but the Cagliari fullback hardly fits in with that about Niathi. He played in the World Cup. There is one player in the starting lineup for the World Stars who wasn't present at France '98, and that was former World Player of the Year George Weah, so that's not a bad player to have without World Cup experience. Finally get the action underway. Italy attacking from left to right.
Team has been picked in a very attacking mode. We've actually only got 2 real defenders on the field for them, with Hierro and Nayati. Apart from that, you've got
Italian terms, in that he of course plays his football. Again the Brazilian with a challenge. Now Zidane. Wayward ball from Ronaldo. I don't know how many games like this you've played in, Trevor, but how difficult is it to gel instantly, having only come together yesterday as a group, and try and play as a team? I should think with all this talent on show, that will be the most difficult job for the temporary coaches.
Yeah, it will be difficult, but
2 shots in anger from Francesco Totti, and the second one much closer and much more fiercely struck than the first. Good interplay there between Weah and Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo again. Getting lucky with a deflection, George Weah. Here's the party stuff beginning from 2 World Players of the Year. George Weah. In a game like this, you're always going to be starved of atmosphere until the trick stuff starts, simply because a lot of supporters will be wondering just who they want to cheer.
Full strength side. It's good exercise and team pattern, team play, pressure on them whatsoever. So it's a rare occasion.
Maldini moving it forward to Dino Box. Nearly broke again to Di Francesco. Now it's Zidane. Ronaldo, seemingly cured of the bumps and illness that caused such headlines towards the end of France '98 on the final day itself, the day of French triumph in the World Cup final. But he isn't completely clear of what he has described himself as chronic knee problems.
Bring it in towards the goal, and Inzaghi got connection on it, but Pagliuca saved the blushes of his side there.
Still holding that wrist, Pagliuca, as Ronaldo shows his party tricks, looking for Zidane. Great. Warmly applauded by the Lazio fans in the crowd. Ronaldo again looking for Batistuta. Peruzzi will watch that out. And Batistuta, Pagliuca. It was a good little run from Inzaghi again as we look back at the replay of the goal.
Literally non-existent.
All wanting to move forward. They're showing that here. Only Weah has stayed back in his own half. Batistuta thought about the shot. Really good midfield combination towards the right-hand side of the field with Dino Baggio. Here's Rui Costa looking towards Ronaldo. Francesco moving forward now. Still Inzaghi. And Diero's clearance finds Zidane. Great ball from Zidane. Here's Ronaldo now. Really good goalkeeping from Peruzzi. Still Ronaldo. Then goes down. And he gets the free kick. Maldini quick to help up the Brazilian superstar. That was good work from Peruzzi in goal. Peruzzi just outside his area as he blocked the attempted chip. Nevertheless, it will be a free kick now to the World 11. It's going to be Batistuta, leaves it for Weah. Vinta finds Ronaldo. Room for Ronaldo to move into, and he does that at pace, and then looks for the free kick. And the French referee decides not to oblige him there, cut out by Niati. Now Zidane, getting himself in a tangle. Weah. Batistuta lets it drop. A goal a game in Serie A this season, Gabriel Batistuta. 13 in 13 for table-topping Fiorentina. Weah now looks for Ronaldo. Beautiful ball clipped over from the Liberian to the Brazilian.
He could get in between two defenders and always running towards goal as well, which is where the main threat is.
Here's Ronaldo. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Zidane has found Batistuta. Must score. Oh, and he does so emphatically. Doesn't matter if it's a friendly game or a top-of-the-range international. Batistuta is deadly from anywhere around the penalty area. It was a great ball from Zidane, wrong-footed the defence. Almost looked to have mishit it at first. But he knew exactly where Batistuta was, and he needed no second invitation.
Oh, magnificent goal, absolutely magnificent. Zidane, the ball was almost under his feet, but still made the pass. I thought Batistuta might drag the ball across to the goalkeeper's left, but no, if he was going to score at the near post, that was the only place he could put it, and he put it there with venom.
Where would you rank him?
He would be the #1 player in the world.
Well, given away, and a chance for Batistuta to score #2 of the evening. That was certainly not poaching. He was denied anyway by Peruzzi. A strike from 20 yards, kept out. And amazing what a goal can do to a striker like Batistuta. Again, finding his way through a couple of challenges. 3-on-3 now. Ronaldo is the man in the middle. Still Ronaldo. Oh, it's a great piece of skill. Just behind Batistuta. Weah's there. Magnificent stuff from Ronaldo. George Weah with the finish. Well, we're getting the goals that we wanted. And even more pleasing, we're getting them with real style. How about this from the brilliant Brazilian?
Well, Cannavaro made one mistake. He let Ronaldo pick up the ball and run at him, and he left him for dead. George Weah's done well there to get in on the end of it. But the damage had already been done there. Ronaldo allowed to run at Cannavaro. Cannavaro is one of the best defenders in the world, yet Ronaldo's made him look so ordinary. The ball's ricocheted to George Weah. Maldini couldn't deal with it. And that's all that George Weah needed, just a fraction of a second. And that's
Fuse comfortably away from Weah. And now the break is on for Rui Costa. Zidane to the left, Ronaldo to the right. Here's Zinedine Zidane. Shoots early. Off the outside of the post. Really good stuff from the world stars now.
Well, the attacking threat is absolutely enormous, isn't it, from the rest of the world? This was a lightning break. Zidane, no hesitation, decided to hit the ball first time. 6 inches the other side.
Qualifier. And at the moment they're being ripped apart by, well, challenge from Dunga. Batistuta gets his head in. Now Ronaldo. To Totti once again. The back heel too elaborate. Behind Albertini. And then Weah looking for Ronaldo. Shadowed all the way by Nesta. Batistuta too far ahead of Weah. Only one to aim at. That was Filippo Inzaghi. Never likely to...
You know, there's nothing lost. As you say, if it had gone in, it would have been a superb goal.
Suker preparing to make his entrance for the World 11. That puts things into perspective when they've put Suker on the bench. And there's Ronaldo looking towards Pagliuca. Right then, Trevor, I'll put you in the shoes of Dr. Venglos and Carlos Alberto Pereira. You've got Suker waiting to come on, but not just yet, because here's Batistuta. George Weah in support. Still Batistuta. Is he going to lose out to Cannavaro? Being forced wide enough. Manages to get the corner. Who do you take off?
Well, that's a difficult one.
It's going to be Ronaldo.
Yes, I would have thought Ronaldo.
So Ronaldo leaves the field, having had a run around. Hasn't got a goal. So was instrumental in the second one that George Weah scored. And replaced by Suker. Goes Rui Costa now to Zidane. Suker to his left. Zidane instead finds Batistuta. Little touch for Rui Costa. Took that shot, which was very high and wide. Ronaldo gets on with the post-match interview. Looks as if he's enjoyed himself. Looks just a little concerned still, Trevor.
Yeah, it's not quite coming off for the Italians. They've had a fair bit of possession. Saw a bit of movement a couple of minutes ago with Panucci getting down on the right-hand side, which is better. But they're very rarely getting into those positions and tend to be losing the ball out.
Jose Maria, and now George Weah. Zidane on the ball. Zidane, who's just been voted World Player of the Year by readers of that illustrious football publication, World Soccer Magazine. Ronaldo's won it twice before, George Weah once. Now back towards Batistuta. Weah forward towards Rui Costa. And now George Weah again. Easy for Peruzzi. Back like that, here's Zidane. Batistuta lurks on the very edge of the area. Zidane wants to go himself all the way. Zidane trying to do what Ronaldo did, a couple of step overs.
Well, the thing with that, Panucci knows exactly what Zidane's going to do.
A celebration of Italian football tonight on Eurosport. And Italy level at 2-2 with a star-studded World 11. Zidane. Suker back towards the Frenchman. Gets out of the challenge well. In games that have a great deal more meaning than this, he gets to show his skills, he shows why he's undoubtedly one of the greatest in the world, but he also carries himself as if he... Now George Weah to Zidane. Rui Costa. Looking for Weah. We're going to have a 6th goal before the break. Batistuta couldn't take it in his stride. Panucci and Peruzzi tidy up for Italy. And the half-time whistle blown by Monsieur Arel of France, our referee this evening, who's had very little to take issue with, as you might expect in a game of this nature. And we've got very little to complain about. A lack of tact. Diego Fuser for Italy, Gabriel Batistuta and George Weah, the scorers.